Hello everybody, it is Autumn from Autumn Fitness, and I've come today to tell you about this article that I just found. And it's called Canola Oil May Worsen Your Memory. I will put the link down from the article, the link in the description below, so that you may see it for yourself. As you know, canola oil, is promoted as a healthy cooking fat compared to all other cooking sprays, oils, everything. But studies have shown otherwise, that canola oil isn't really the best option. What researchers did was they got a group of mice, 6-month-old mice, and they made them do a maze. After having just a straight diet like canola oil, and they also had another group that just ate healthy food. I'll get to that more in a second. They found that those mice that were more enriched in the canola oil and had a canola oil based diet had gained weight, and they had, over a 6-month period, they had memory problems. So they decided to do a study on this because canola oil, comes from rapeseed, also known as Brascanapis, Napis. I mispronounce things a lot. And basically, if you do your research on this, this is a very highly dangerous plant in its original form, but it's edible once it goes through all this process and stuff. So first off, that should be a warning sign. If something's not edible in its original form, you probably shouldn't eat it. You probably should not consume that at all. But anyways, this canola oil plant is found in generally a lot of places, but it was developed by Canadian researchers. So it's mostly found in Canada. It contains a lot of different stuff, like contains acid, omega-9 fatty acid, just a bunch of different stuff that's been linked to like cancer and other problems. And someone even once said that canola oil lowers testosterone, and they said that lower testosterone can lead to Alzheimer's, but I'm not exactly sure if that's true or not, but I'll have to do research on that later to see if that is true. People regarded canola oil as one of the healthiest edible vegetable oils out there, which I'm not gonna say that's true, because if the plant is not edible in its original form, it should not be the healthiest. Like, bugs will not even eat it. Bugs will not eat the plant in the original form. I am so sorry if you can hear that car outside. Anyways, canola oil, it won't, in its original form, will not be eaten by bugs. So if it's not eaten by bugs, and we can't have it in its original form, why should we eat it? So, this dude named Dr. How do you even pronounce that? Pratico? And his colleagues went in to see how canola oil affects the brain, and so they used 6-month-old mouse models. Basically, what they did is that, if I'm reading this correctly, is that they had two groups. One group was fed a canola-rich diet, which incorporated the human equivalent of 2 teaspoons of canola canola oil daily and the other group was fed a normal diet. Both groups were monitored for 6 months. So this means every single day, one group was fed foods that were good, healthy for you, doesn't do anything damaging to you, and these other group of mice have eaten a canola oil rich diet. So at the age of 1 year, and as we all know, they're already 6 months old and 6 months of on the diet. In a year they did the complete a maze test thing where they're like, let's see if this mice can go and finish this maze. They both completed it, and it assessed their like learning skills and their memory skills. It doesn't really go on to say much about whether or not one had more of an issue than other, but as the results of the test, you can obviously tell that the canola oil wasn't the best. They had more of an issue than those of a healthier diet. If you don't know what Alzheimer's is, it's basically a form of dementia. And if you don't know what dementia is, then it's basically when you can't remember things. So, if you need more of a better explanation on dementia, I suggest you Google it or open up a dictionary. Basically, what it says is that if I can quote this person correctly, Dr. Pratico, or Pratisico, names, it says, amyloid beta 140 neutralizes the actions of amyloid 142, which means that a decrease in 140, like the one observed in our studies, leaves 142 unchecked. In our model, this change in ratio resulted in considerable neuronal damage, decreased neural context, and memory impairment. So basically what that means, I'm going to break it down for you, is that when the mice with the canola oil had that diet for a long time, basically what happened was it built up, and it caused a lot of neuronal damage, which is neurons, and it decreased the neural context, which basically just neurons together, and it created memory impairment. And if you don't know what memory impairment is, it's when you can't really remember things. Like, let's say I know the directions to the nearest Walmart, and then I go out the next day and I can't remember. I can't remember where it is, and I need to go to Walmart again, but I can't remember. So here's another thing that he said. He said, Dr. Pratico said, even though canola oil is a vegetable oil, we need to be careful before we say that it is healthy. Based on the evidence from the study, canola oil should be thought of as being equivalent to oils with proven health benefits. Basically, what they're pretty much saying is that they need a longer time to study this, see if maybe with a longer diet the results vary, or if it gets worse, or if that's just maybe it's something else. But what I really wanted to get at is canola oil. I don't have canola oil. I don't use canola oil because I'm a general firm believer if you can't have it in its original form, then you just can't have it. So if I use oil, I use like olive oil, or coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best, but some people don't like it because of that coconut taste, and I can understand why, especially if you're allergic to coconut. But there's healthier options to different oils. He said there is a chance that the consumption of canola oil could also affect the onset and course of other neurodegenerative diseases or other forms of dementia. So maybe what I'm getting from this is that maybe having canola oil will make other neurodegenerative diseases or other dementia worse, or maybe it'll stop it. They have to do more research to fully get that knowledge, and until then we can't really know for sure. So that's really what I wanted to say about this topic. If you like this video, click that like button. If you like this a lot, then please hit that subscribe button, click that little bell for a notification for when I post again. This has been Autumn from Autumn Fitness, and I will see you next time.